you probably know her so well, but make some noise in the chat and show some love to Monique for putting on this great show. Keep bringing laughs to people, really around the country. You know, online world is a thing you can reach everyone. So excited to be here with you all. Excited, we got a great lineup of comics for you today. Here, a couple things. I'm gonna, reiterate what Monique said. I've got a great lineup for you tonight on this Friday night. We want to see you. We want to hear you. Now, I listen, I'm not wearing any pants underneath here, so let's just go ahead and get out the way. So if you're comfortable, I'm comfortable. If you're choosing one, unmute yourself. Those comments gonna give you energy. We want to get that energy back. We want to hear those laughs because we all need some laughter, right? We want to hear your laughs. That helps us in the midst of a pandemic, and we want to give you some jokes as well. So close your door, put your baby to sleep, turn your blender off, whatever you need to do. Turn on that mute. Let's see that face. Appreciate you, Crystal. Good to see you out here, and we're gonna have us a good time. This is good. I haven't talked to anybody in 8 months, so I'm glad just to be here with y'all right now. Let's get into it. Monique did think I was lying about the Weather Channel. Appreciate you disrespecting my credits. Thank you so much for that, Monique. I have it's all love. It sounds weird, right? Who wants to even let that be known? But I've got a couple little spots on the Weather Channel where it's called Weather Gone Viral. So if you like the Weather Channel, you might see me and some other great comics kind of being silly about that. But let's get into this. Let's tell you a little about myself. So let's talk a little bit. I'm in Atlanta, out here in ATL here, and a lot's been going on. Let's just talk about it. I'm never gonna see you again. We can open up. Listen, I miss the old world. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I miss the old. There's a lot of things I miss about I miss Ebola. Can we talk about this? We're friends. Let's open up here. I miss Ebola. Oh my goodness, I do. It was so good. We took it for granted. Let's talk about it. I miss Ebola. I was on an airplane with Ebola. Can we talk about this? We didn't shut down nothing for Ebola. No, baby. No. Oh, I was pooping in the sky, just out here living my best life with Ebola. Oh, I miss it. I miss it. We took it for granted. We take it for granted. We did, man. If somebody told me today, Damon, you can shut down this whole pandemic, I would snort anthrax off this laptop. I would do it right now. Because I want to do I just want to live my life. I just want to live my life, man. I do. I miss it. We had so much going on back in the day. I just want to get back to the phase where we could go outside and laugh with our mouth open, just with your tongue out. You can't put your tongue out in 2021. You can't put your tongue out. Just no, baby. No. You get diarrhea on the spot. You can't do that in 2021. No. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't afford therapy, so I'm gonna open up to you. A few weeks ago, right? I went to go get some barbecue curbside, right? So I pick it up. And you know when you're hungry, you can't even wait to get home. So I get into the car. As soon as I get into the car, I don't even close the door. As soon as I get into the car, I got one door open here. I take a little bite of the rib, and then I licked my fingers. I was like, Lord, take me now. You can't lick your fingers in a pandemic. You can't do it. You can't lick your fingers if you ain't at the house. No. You got to be careful out here. I hope y'all are safe, man. I hope y'all are being well. You got to be careful. Don't lick your fingers out here, Crystal. It ain't good for you. Don't do it. I was at a Target 2 days ago. Saw a woman in the draw section just rub her eye. I said, she going to get polio. You can't do that. You don't know what's going on in this air. You don't know what's going on out here. Be careful. You can't rub your eyes in public in 2021. No, you just got to walk around with your eyes closed till you get back to the house. That's all that is. Oh my goodness, but it's good to be here. It's good to see faces. Happy Black History Month. It's February. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited. I'm excited. We got great comics here. I'm looking around. The gallery here, just looking at the names. Listen, if you just so a few more people just came in. So if you missed what Monique said, and what I said, I'll say it again. We're excited. I've got some great comics on the lineup for you tonight. If you're in a quiet space, turn on your cam, turn on your mic. We want to hear that laughter. And we're going to have a good time. So welcome if you're just now joining us. What else is going on in my life? I'm trying to be healthy. I don't know if anybody else is trying to like I've got 3 kids. I know that's weird because I may look like a middle school running back, but I do have 3 kids. I I've got 3 kids, and I'm trying. I got to walk people down the aisle. So I'm trying to take care of my body, and that's a problem. That's problematic. I bought a speedo. That's on my vision. That's on my vision board. The speedo. I don't know if I'm a Josie. I don't know if I'm gonna get to the speedo. It's not been good during this quarantine. It's not. Woo! It's just DoorDash is too easy. I can sleep in my bed and just with my thumb. It's too easy to get the carbs. It's too easy to get the carbs that I can't. And I've been trying to eat more salad. Let's just talk about it. Salad's disgusting. Can we be honest, Laugh House? Can we salad? Be honest. Salad tastes like outside. You understand what I'm saying? It's not good. You ever walk outside, fall down with your mouth open? It's the same thing. Don't waste your money. I'm trying to tell you. Don't waste your money. Don't do it. It's rabbit food. Stop it. It's 2021. You might not see tomorrow. Live your life. Eat your carbs. Trying to do better. I've got a coworker. She's pretty healthy. I got a coworker. She's pretty healthy, and she's into the CrossFit. I don't know anybody here CrossFit. Anybody's fitting the cross out here. Nobody's wasting money. That's good. She's pretty healthy. So I asked her, I was like, yo, what should I be eating to be healthier? And she's like, yo, how do you feel about beets? And I was like, beets? I've never seen beets in public. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's not I don't see beets at the Walmart I shop at. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's not what they have. Beets are for people whose mom name is Alice. My mom's name is Keisha. That's not what we had in my house. That's not had. Keisha Sumner. That's not what we had. Beets. Listen, I'm just saying beets. I didn't grow up, and I think a lot of us grew up similar. We didn't have a ton of vegetables as a kid. If you think about your upbringing, we didn't have like a whole food selection, right? It was really three vegetables. If you really like three main vegetables, if you think about your upbringing, it was corn, right? Green beans, mac and cheese. Those were the three, right? Those were the three. You know what I'm talking about. Mac and cheese went with everything too. Then a hamburger helper, sloppy Joe, poverty, whatever you need. It was gonna be delicious. It was gonna be delicious, man. Oh my goodness. I don't mess with beets. I asked her, I said, I don't mess with beets. She said, how do you feel about succotash? I said, I don't know what we're still talking. Do you guys mess around with succotash? Y'all eat succotash? No, okay, y'all do. Okay, see, y'all better than me. Y'all better. I didn't even know succotash was a real thing. I thought Looney Tunes made that up in the 90s. I did not know succotash was real. It is real. In case you're like me, you didn't know, succotash is just sweet corn, lima beans, and suicide because you want to kill yourself because it's disgusting. Laugh House, it's disgusting. All right? It's that canned food you keep in your pantry for 25 years. And then when you feel guilty, you give it to the homeless food drive. You know how it goes. We don't give them the good stuff. You understand what I'm saying? It's a lot. I'm just trying to figure it out. I think we're all just trying to figure it out. You know, we're all just trying to make the most of it. And the food is an important thing. That's one of my big goals I'm trying to have because I'm wearing black because black is slimming, and you know I'm only giving you the shoulders and up. Because if I showed you everything below, you would click out. You would leave meeting. It's not good under here. It is not. I got the body right now. That's like if you ever my body right now is like if you ever accidentally left chocolate in the sun. You know what I'm saying? Like it's stuck to the paper. You know what I mean? Like you gotta put it in the fridge. You gotta eat the paper. It's not good under here. It is not good at all. And one of the things that I hate, and I'm sure there's there's always one in the show when I say this, I just hate somebody who can eat anything. You know anybody like that in your family or coworkers? They can just eat anything. You know what I'm saying? I hate that. I hate that just somebody can just eat. They can eat like a whole birthday cake, but only get hiccups. I hate them. I hate it. Meanwhile, I eat string cheese and my nipples like pomegranates, and that's not good. That's not good. Crystal, you can't see my nipples, can you? Let me know. I'll change my camera. I'll move up. Okay, all right. Oof, it's not good. It's not good, man. It's just been a lot. I've just been trying to make it. I got these 3 kids, and things have been good. That we're healthy. We're figured out. There's spaghetti in there, so I don't know what else we're gonna do after that spaghetti gone. But until that spaghetti gone, we all right. I love being a dad. I mean, I don't know if there's any other fathers in here, but I love being a dad. A lot of phases right now. I've got a son. Right now, he's 11, Mission, my oldest. And I got 2 beautiful girls, Livy, and she's 6, and then Evergrace, she's 4. And they're in good ages right now because they haven't always been in good ages. Like my youngest girl, Evergrace, listen, can we because I know there's probably some parents in here. I think one of the hardest phases as a parent is the potty training phase. Can we agree on this? I don't know if any parents in here. It's just like, woo, I got to teach a human how to wipe their boot. Oh my God. Okay. All right. The craziest day of potty training, the craziest day, I was bathing both of my girls, right? So I take my oldest out. Boom. All right. I take my youngest girl out. I say, Evergrace, sit on the bed, wait for me. Right. I go to get my oldest girl dressed. I come back to my youngest girl, Ever, and she's just kneeling on the floor down under the bed. I'm like, Ever, what are you doing? She looks at me in my eyes and goes, it's too late, Daddy. And I was like, ah! It was, we had to burn the bed. Are you listening to me? It's not good. It's not good. She needs more beats in her diet. That's probably what she needs. It was not good. It was not good. It's a lot. That whole phase as a parent, especially that early phase, like the potty training. And then my oldest girl Liv Eden, she just really got out of the phase, really, if I'm honest. Here's the thing. We don't talk enough as parents about teaching a human being how to wipe. Can we just open up? There's no books on that. Nobody brings that up at brunch. We don't talk about that in Sunday school. It's like, hey, walk, talk, turn 18, get out of my house. But we skip over teaching a human being how to wipe, and it is not going well. It is not. Oh, it is tough. It is. It is. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Ooh, listen. What is this? This is February, so probably about September 2020, right? Sunday's bubble bath day at our house. Okay, we love bubble baths at our house. Sunday's bubble bath day. So Sunday, September, right? My oldest girl Liv. She's excited. She got on her little princess shirt, got on her little princess panties. She takes off her princess shirt. She takes off her princess panties. Right now, as I go to get the soap, I look at the princess panties. Listen to me. I said, baby, what happened to the princess? She said, the princess is sick. I said, this princess is dead. Are you listening to me? It was not. We threw those panties in the trash and then moved homes. It was not good.
You just want to cast it. How do you cast it up there that it just, the thing pops up?
You know, every show I get on and somebody always forget how Zoom works. I don't know who is having a conversation, but we do hear you. Hello and good afternoon to you. I'm not gonna call. I'm a sweet fella. I shop at Old Navy. I'm a good guy. I'm not gonna call you out, but do know that we hear what you're saying, and y'all freaks. So go ahead and unmute yourself. Talking about that nasty stuff on this. This is a clean show. Get out of here. It's a lot going on. Right then, threw me off. What y'all talking about over here?
You're frozen, dude.
Friends. A lot of my friends are doing better than I am during this pandemic. I found this out because a lot of my friends are not eating the ends of the bread. And I don't know. Y'all eat the booty bread? Let me see you in the chat. Let me see you raise your hand if you eat the booty bread. Where my people at out here? I know I got some people, Elizabeth, you with me, who eat the booty bread in here. Listen, okay, so you shaking your head. Thank you, P. Richardson. I appreciate that. Clearly, y'all are doing better than me out here. Y'all, I don't have my own Netflix account, so I can't afford to throw away good food. That's off top, number one right there. Hashtag eat the booty bread. That's my mantra this year, man. That's what I'm talking about. I got to get into it. We're going to make that a coaster, some croutons, a weapon. It's going to be something. But we're not throwing away no good bread in here. That's just not going to happen. I don't have that type of account. That's not the way my bank set up. It's like, no, we can't afford to throw anything away out here, boo. But listen, that's all for me, man. Are y'all ready to have a good time? Throw some ones in the chat. Make some noise out here. Oh, man, I'm excited. You guys have been a lot of fun. Let's get into it. Let's keep this thing going because I know I'm looking around here and it's almost somebody's bedtime. So let's not waste any time in here tonight. Okay. Listen, your next comic, great friend of mine. All right. She's in LA now. Hilarious. She's got an album out. So you want to check that out after you see her. All right. It's called Trash Baby. Please welcome to your screens and to your homes, the hilarious Jasmine Ellis.
Hello. Hello. Hi, y'all. I'm so excited to be performing here at the Laugh House. Really excited. As Damon mentioned, I am in Los Angeles. By the way, I can't help. I feel like a centimeter of titty on Zoom is a mile of titty. Like, I feel like in the real world, if you saw me, I would, she's barely showing any skin. But it's just like right now, you guys are all the exact height of a 12-year-old boy. Like, you're right here on it. And I'm just if it's too much titty, I apologize. You know, God made him. He loves us all. So you're just going to have to forgive me. But like he said, I'm in LA right now. I moved to LA in the end of September because I was like, you know what? This pandemic is hard on everyone. I'm gonna make it worse. So I went to the most expensive place in the country. It is so expensive to live. And it's crazy because it's like, you don't realize, like I always thought, everybody thinks they're middle class. So I always thought I was like a little broke, you know? I was like, oh, I'm just a little broke. But when you go to LA, you're like, oh, this is what it's like to be a lot broke. You know what I mean? Like, nothing is attainable. Nothing is accessible. Everything is just so expensive. And some days I like, especially the second of the month, the first of the month, I'm like, oh, it's a brand new day. The second of the month, when all them charges go through, I'm like, oh, this is really how I live. Like I've gotten to the point where I've tried to convince myself that palm trees have some type of medicinal effect. Like somehow living closer to a palm tree is gonna keep me alive longer. So it's okay to go through the rest of it. Look, if you have to lie to yourself sometimes to feel better, you do. But I moved out to LA because I was like, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make it in Hollywood and really be an actor and be out there. And I'm not gonna lie, it is a little intimidating. Like I got excited. I got an agent recently. I just got signed like last week. So that's actually like new news. So I was really excited. And they have been sending me some interesting opportunities. I learned something recently. According to Hollywood, I'm old. Like I didn't know that. I did not. You know what I mean? Like according to the rest of the world, like given life expectancy, I'm gonna live for another 60 years. But apparently, I'm a pile of dust. All right. Like whenever they send me these audition notices, it'll be like seeking young, beautiful woman, ages 18 to 25, and then it'll say, and then to play the role of her mother, older woman, ages 30 to 70. I'm like 30 to 70. There's so much life between 30 and 70. You mean to tell me that like you mean to tell me that me and like 30 to 7, that is a lot of time. That is a lot of space and time, but they're like, you're all the same. I actually had a Cicely Tyson part written in there, and then that just time guys, rest her soul. So that's not. I was like trying to think of an older Black woman. I was like, not that one. But like she was old my whole life. And I know she wasn't 30 when I was born. You know what I'm saying? When was 30 old? Everyone's trying to convince me 30 is old. And it is not. These kids, and I know I'm talking about kids like they're so much younger, but I don't know what it is with Gen Z. They think everyone who is older than 25 just doesn't exist. They think everything is so old. But I will say this, I'm a millennial. I'm 31. I'm a millennial, and we have got to chill out. People my age have got to calm down because we're so mad we're not the youngest anymore. Millennials are the middle child generation. We cannot stand it. Because we came around and then everyone blamed us for everything. We were the reason Applebee's closed. We ruined avocados. We're the reason nobody has diamonds in their house. Everyone blamed us for everything. And then Gen Z came around, and now we're giving them all the credit for the things we went through. Like Gen Z is trying to get rid of student loan debt. And part of me is like, that's cool. I think that's great. I'm not trying to be Sally Mae's most wanted for the rest of my life. I'm on the list. I'm on a lot of registries. I'm running. All right. I'm not trying to be Sally Mae's most wanted for the rest of my life. But I do think about the fact that like they're pushing to get rid of this because we're in so much debt. We made it look real bad. Like they had to see, it had to get to a certain point where they're like, I don't want to be like them. They're all live in a 2-bedroom apartment and they're scared to have kids. Like, they saw what we went through. We were the blueprint. They saw it and they changed for the better. And it's because of us. All right. I'm not lying. Everybody my age is terrified to have kids. I don't know how Damon just did it. I guess once you have one, it's like Pringles. You just keep going. But for me, I'm like, keep that lid on tight. You know what I mean? Like, as long as I don't have one, because maybe this isn't even true. The thing is, I'm 31, and you read all this literature that's like, you got to have a baby by the time you're 35, or it's gonna come out with web toes. They make you so scared. So but then my whole youth, everyone was telling me, if you share a toothbrush with a man, you're going to get pregnant. Women in our family just get pregnant. So look at them hips, girl, you're going to get pregnant. Like they just, like everyone was just like, if you let a man smell you, you'll get pregnant. Like literally, I am from Louisiana. I'm from the deep South. I know these like crazy old wives' tales. They would literally tell me if you let a baby take a nap with you, that you would get pregnant. Like the baby energy would sleep its way. Like, can you imagine? You're at some family gathering, you had a couple of drinks, it's Thanksgiving. You know what I'm talking about? You you eat early and then you lay down, you have your second meal. So it's taking your nap. And then one of your cousins decides to put the baby in the bed with you. Can you imagine waking up and being just like, yeah, no. I would eat the hell out of my little cousin if it meant that I was like, that's the fear they put into me. And now they're like, hey, when are you going to get around to making one? Make one now. It's stressful. I don't know, man. My theory is just why? It looks hard. It does. It genuinely looks very difficult. Like everyone I know, especially maybe because it's the pandemic, being a parent looks really hard right now. I live in an apartment. I'm on the bottom floor and the walls are thin. I'll give it that. But above me is a Hispanic family. And I cannot tell if there are 2 or 12 children in that family. I do know one of them is named Anthony. I've learned enough that Anthony needs his ass beat because I hear his name at least twice a day. He's always in trouble. Like it's also, I think one of them's trying to choreograph a dance and isn't friends with somebody named State. I be in their business. I can't help it. They're loud. I be in their business. I'm like, you know what? She's not a real friend anyway. But she wouldn't have called her boyfriend. You know, honestly, this is the age where you need to become who you are. All right, let her go. Like I'm in their business, but these walls are thin. And I will tell you, the kids, they're usually pretty loud, but the week of Christmas, they were the craziest I've ever heard them. It sounded like Stomp the Yard live. I was like, what are y'all doing? And for a second, I was like, well, maybe it's because they're on Christmas break. But then I figured out, I was like, you know what? It's because they're apartment kids. Apartment kids are bad. They just are. They're just, and maybe when I was a kid, my mom would be like, don't let them apartment kids in the house. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't apartment kids. They just live by different rules because they're used to living places that are like temporary arrangements. All right. They're not sure how long they're going to stay in a place. So what does anything matter? Also, an apartment kid in LA, you had to fight a homeless man to get to the mail. You know, these kids are too tough. They've experienced too much. They don't know. You cannot scare an apartment baby. I don't even think, honestly, I think they were really turning up around Christmas because they don't believe in Santa. Like, why would they? They ain't got no chimney. You can't find them. They have no reason to be good. There's no incentive for an apartment baby to behave. So they're just, God, this, like, I feel like they're auntie and no one asked me to be that. I am an auntie, by the way. I love being an auntie. I have a lot of leopard print. I'm going back to Essence Fifth. I am a full auntie. You smell the cocoa butter. I am an auntie and I love it so much. My nephews are so cute. I am married. Like I told you guys, I'm married. My husband happens to be white. He's a white man. And I am Black. So I have I have a sister-in-law and a sister, and they each had a baby within 6 months of each other. So I have a white nephew and a Black nephew. And I love them both very, very much, but they are very different. Listen, my sister was raised like me. She was very strict. So every time she sends me a picture of my nephew, he's sitting upright. He's got, you know, a word of the day. He's 3 years old. His shirt is always tucked. He looks like a little investment banker. I love him. But my white nephew is growing up a little bit more free range. Like he's always got something sticky on him. And I feel bad because I'm starting to think that my friends are going to think I don't like my white family that much. It's not that I don't like them. They're just dirty. You know what I mean? Like it's just, he's very fair skinned. He looks a touch dingy. Like rinse him off first, then take the picture. He just looks, he's disheveled, if you will. There's just, if she would just, I don't know. I've just never seen, you remember that little kid who always had flies following him on like, it's just like a Pigpen Franklin situation. You know what I mean? It's just, they're just very different boys, but I love them very, very much. It is funny though, because I used to talk about not wanting kids so much. I was like, oh, I never want kids. But then, I'm not going to lie, when my sister's baby was born, I think because I went to the hospital, I had a different experience. Because I went in the hospital and, you know, I walk in there and they hand him to me. And I guess there's something about that biological connection maybe that makes you feel something. Because I was just thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, he's a quarter me. The things that are in me that make me me are in him. Like we're the same. And I was holding him and all I could think to myself is, wow, I could do better. You know, like I was like, this is my chance to outdo this bitch, all right? I might be a middle child. I may not be a lawyer like you, but you know what? I can out baby you. I can do it. You know, when we get the finances to afford children, I'm gonna start popping them out. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still adjusting to be a wife. Ooh. I miss being a bride. I'm not gonna lie. I really enjoyed being a bride. Being a bride is a better aesthetic choice. There's better outfits. There's more attention. Being a bride is shit. All right. It is the one time in your life where everyone, I'm sorry. It is the one time in your life where everyone you know is kind of your employee. Like everyone works for you. All right. They have to do what you tell them to do. You're the bride. You're the boss. All right. Like, okay. It's not even just people you know, it's strangers. Like if I walk into a bakery and I run in there and I'm like, hey, it's for my wedding, people just move out your way. Oh, it's for a wedding. I can't just go in there and go, it's Black History Month. No one's moving. Nobody cares. But there's urgency to a wedding, all right? Being a bride, and in my case, a bridezilla is a lot of fun. But there will be positions that wedding planning puts you in that really stress you out. I had a lot. First thing, I learned that my family, they're great people. They're not the best critical thinkers. They're not, all right? I sent those invitations out 6 months early. Immediately, I started getting calls. Jazz, I'm looking at the invitation right now, and it say +1. Now, am I the one? Or do me and my husband need a friend? Girl, do not get in a throuple because you can't read. That's not what I told you. You +1, you +1, 2, all right? Crazy questions like that. Also, I have a big Louisiana family. My dad's one of 8. My mom's one of 7. I have 40 first cousins, 80 when you count their spouses. If you bring their kids, that's almost 200 people. It's a lot, all right? And I'm telling you guys, if you're like, how do you have a wedding with all those people? It costs so much money. One of the best money savers you can do, marry somebody white. I'm sorry, I'm saying it. White people don't have cousins. And I want to make this clear if there's any, don't get it confused. I'm not talking about Italians. I'm not talking about Irish people. I'm not talking German, French, none of that. If you are a white person who knows where you came from, you're not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about those white people who think they sprung up from a tree in Minnesota. Them white people, they barely talk to each other, all right? They like hardly have brothers, okay? They stop talking to each other every 6 years. Like after this election, they done. They split that Thanksgiving table in half. They are done. If you get married in 2021, it's just gonna be you and their mom, maybe. Like that's it. It is a money saver, all right? They just pick at their food and say, wow, the music is interesting, and there's 2 of them there. Marry a white person. You'll barely notice they're there. You really will just barely notice they are there. It'll be so fun. But yeah, it was a great experience. The big wedding was a lot to do. I am very happy to be a married lady. I will say, I'm not wearing my ring right now. I was gonna tell you guys, if you get a wedding ring and it's different, if it's not a diamond, the one thing that'll get on your nerves is people will have reactions to it. My wedding ring is a pink sapphire. I like it. But whenever I show people, they go, oh, is that what you wanted? Is that it? And you know what? I've learned to let that go. I just say thank you and I walk away. And then I write down their name and the date and I follow them on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter because I am a kind person, but I want to be there when they have a moment. All right. One day they might want to, they might want to get married. They might want to have kids, and if they have a baby, I want to be there. I want to go to the hospital and go, oh, is that it? That what you wanted? Thank you guys. That's my time. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Make some noise in the chat. Make some noise out loud for the hilarious Jasmine Ellis. Again, she's got an album out, Trash Baby. Check that out. Great. Let's keep it moving, man. We're having a good time. Your next comic, Dallas, Texas, one of my favorites. A few years ago was named the funniest comic in Texas. That's the second largest state in the country. So there's a big time. Very funny dude. Please welcome to your screens the hilarious Gas O'Neal. Y'all give it up.
Woo! How y'all doing?
Yeah.
Right. That's cool, man. Make some noise for Damon and Jasmine, man. That was funny, man. I really enjoyed that for real. Yes. Laugh House, man. I appreciate y'all having me. Like you said, I'm from Dallas, born and raised. I grew up like in the 90s, so I'm like a child support baby. I'm paid off though. That's the beautiful thing about me. I am paid for. But growing up, I used to hate hearing my pops talk about child support, y'all, because he used to talk about me like I was a car note or something. No, for real, he used to do it in front of people. He'd be like, yeah, I got about 8 years left on this one right here. Mm-hmm. I'm finna do some double payments on them. Gonna scratch a year or two off, get them out the way. I'm like, Daddy, I'm your son. I'm not a Honda Civic. I'm your child. My daddy was a player too. Like my daddy was a Rolling Stone. Like I thought I was his only child growing up. No, sir, not at all. I had 2 half brothers, didn't even know. And it was so awkward, like when he told me about my brothers, because he just told me so casual, like they were some puppies or something. You know? For real, he just came to my room. He was like, hey boy, go play with them boys that kind of look like you. Yeah, I got you some brothers in there, boy. They brand new. I'm like, Daddy, I ain't got no brothers. He like, boy, go play with them boys that kind of look like you. I'll put y'all on Craigslist. I'm single. I feel like I shouldn't be single at all. For real, this is top shelf chocolate y'all looking at right now. Top shelf. That ain't no punchline now. I call it that. That's what I call it. You know, I ain't got no haircut, but when I get faded, this is top shelf chocolate. Right. Good job. I seen that in the store. I couldn't even pronounce it. I'm like, who is Godiva? That's me right there. I'm Godiva. Nah, this a broke Kit Kat. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you. But I really don't date girls my age, man. I love older women. Any cougars in here on the prowl right now? I guess they out playing bingo. I guess I'm gonna be real. I love cougars, man. And you know where you meet like a nice, sexy cougar at? I'm gonna tell you, Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel or Walgreens, man. Walgreens or Cracker Barrel. I just be parking lot pimping at a Cracker Barrel. I just be in a rocking chair just waiting like, hey, Miss Gladys. You trying to play checkers or something like that? For real, I love cougars. Because cougars are more domestic, man. You go over their house gonna be clean. If they like you, gonna leave with a to-go plate. They got furniture. They got furniture, man. These girls my age, bro, that Easy Bake Oven didn't teach them nothing in the 90s. It didn't teach them nothing. For real, I was with this girl, she used to cook this struggle hamburger helper. It was a struggle. I just went off on her one time. I'm like, dang, Lakeisha, you can't read the back of the box? But this is some crunchy, soggy hamburger helper. That's all I'm saying. You know what? I'm going to Sister Gladys' house. I ain't got time for this. Sister Gladys is cooking a pot roast today. I do not have time. And she got a sofa. Bro, I was eating a hamburger helper on the air mattress. I'm not gonna do that no more. I got better things to do, you know? But nowadays, it just seems like most girls my age, all they really want to do is just go out on dates, spend my money, spend my gas, take selfies. I'm like, at least let me get in the picture with you. Can I at least get in the picture? You know? For real. And I don't want the women to think I'm cheap. I'm not cheap. You know, I'll take you out to eat, you know, take you somewhere nice, somewhere sexy, somewhere laid back, you know, like Applebee's or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Get that 2 for the 20. You know what I mean? We're going to have a good time. But see, the trick is if I take you to Applebee's, I'm going to at least take you like to a nice neighborhood. That's the trick. You know, I go to like nice areas when I go out to eat, man, because I hear safe names. I hear names with degrees, you know. I'm in there eating, I'm hearing names like Sebastian, party up 2, Sebastian, party up 2, Tanner, party up 4, Tanner. I'm safe, I'm comfortable. You know, Tanner in there with Katie, they waiting on Gavin and them. Man, Gavin got on Sperry's with no socks on. I'm not worried. I'm not worried about Gavin, you know. But I went to this ghetto ratchet ass Applebee's in my neighborhood out here in Dallas, man, and I was hearing different names. I'm in there eating. I'm hearing names like Trey Killer 7, Party of 4, Trey Killer, Party of 4, Empty Out the Clip, Party of 1, Empty Out the Clip, Party of 1. I'm like, hold up, he came by himself? Let me get a to-go box for these chicken strips. I'm gonna get up out of here. Well, I was scared, man. You know, I ain't trying to be like another statistic or another episode on First 48. I can just hear that episode, man. They'll call it the bloody chicken strip on the First 48. 9:27. Police get a call. Shots ring out at a Dallas Applebee's. They rushed Des O'Neill to the hospital, where he later on died. See, some of y'all know my brother never survived on First 48 ever. The bullet can graze him. He's not gonna make it, man. He gonna bleed out right after the commercial. And the commentator, he make me so mad because he like to play with you and make you think the dude gonna survive. Oh, they rushed little Pookie to the hospital, where he later on died. I'm at the house acting like I know Pookie. I'm like, why they can't get Pookie to the hospital, man? If it was Tanner, they know they would have got Tanner. That's because Tanner has Blue Cross and Blue Shield. I'm like, he probably had Obamacare. That's why he died. You gotta have that Tanner care, man. They'll pull the plug on you. They will. I'm tired of Corona. Who ain't tired of Corona, man?
Yes.
I'm so sick of Corona, man. Corona is ruining everything, man. Like, Corona, divorce rates done went up 30% because of Corona. For real. Corona is breaking up happy homes, man. Like, people are quarantining with their significant other and they finding out, like, bro, you're not that significant. Like, I don't like you. I don't like you. I don't like the kids. I don't like this house. I'm finna go. It took a pandemic for me to realize that I don't like you. I don't like my life. I'm done. It's just a shame that it took a pandemic for this to happen. But I'm gonna be honest with you. At first, I wasn't really taking Corona that serious. I mean, you know, I wasn't taking it that serious. I mean, I wasn't out here licking doorknobs or nothing like that. So I was washing my hands. I've been washing my hands. But anyway, you know, I just wasn't taking it that serious, man, because I felt like they was just trying to scare us. You know, they always trying to scare us with some new disease. You know, West Nile, I was scared of mosquitoes. You know, bird flu, I was scared of birds. Anthrax, I was scared of the male. Ebola, I was scared of Africans. I was scared of Africans. For real, that's all they trying to do, man. And then if you think about it, at first, it wasn't nothing but celebrities catching it. Nothing but celebrities. You know, people coming up to me trying to scare me. They tell me, oh, you know, Idris Elba, he got the coronavirus. I'm like, man, Idris Elba ain't got no coronavirus. Well, you know, Tom Hanks, he got the coronavirus. I'm like, you talking about Forrest Gump? Man, Forrest Gump ain't got no dang coronavirus. Then somebody at my job caught it. Then they came up to me. They was like, Des, you know Cynthia over there receiving? You know she got the coronavirus? I was like, girl, where your mask at? Put your mask on, girl. Don't you work in receiving? Go back to receiving, girl. You need to... Y'all over there sick and receiving. We trying to slow this down. It turned me into a believer. That's all it took, man. That's all it took. But yeah, I do work, man. I'm tired of working. I'm so tired of working, man. I am, man. I done had a lot of day jobs, man. A whole lot of day jobs. I used to work at this plantation called FedEx Ground. Yeah, that is the closest thing to slavery today, man. That ain't nothing but watered down slavery. That's all it is, man. Picking up boxes, picking cotton, tomato. I couldn't tell the difference, you know. And I ended up having my very first surgery working at FedEx, man. I caught a hernia. I caught a hernia in my groin. And it was weird because the doctor told me, like, you normally feel pain when you catch a hernia. I never felt no pain. I was just in the shower one day and I looked down and I had this lump looking at me like I owed them gas money, you know? So I did anything that a normal Black person would do. I ignored it. And I took some BC powder and I prayed about it because I'm a Christian, you know? I wasn't gonna go to the doctor and they tell me I got cancer. Oh no, man, no. I went to my weed man, like, hey, Trey Killer, you got something for this right here? You got any prescriptions for this? I put a little BC powder in my blunt and I smoked and I prayed about it, man. I was scared to go to the doctor. I was not going. But who in here, I know some of y'all probably don't, you know, partake in marijuana, but who at least feel like it should be legal, you know? Nobody. Okay, I hear the claps. I hear a few claps out there. It is some positive benefits with marijuana. And if you think about it, like alcohol, man, when you drink alcohol, your body pushes alcohol out instantly. But when you smoke marijuana, it stays in your body for like 45 days. Your body like, what is this? I like this. Let me stay here a little longer. But everything else, your body just like, get this out. So marijuana does have positive benefits. And it's legal in some states. Some states, it's already legal, man. Like Denver, Colorado, Las Vegas, they don't care out there, man. You can smoke a joint while giving a statement to the police. For real. They were like, so how tall was the guy? Man, he wasn't taller than me, I'll tell you that. Yeah, he was about 5'8", 5'12", somewhere in there.
Well,
how much he weighed? I mean, I didn't pick him up or nothing like that. You know? I'm a witness, so I ain't no scale. I mean, he probably was like 180 grams, though. Probably like 180. Real. Y'all know who got good weed, though? Mexican people, man. Mexican people got some good bud. Any Mexican people in here? No? Ain't no vatos? I guess they waiting on Trump to get completely out of office, man. They waiting on him to be gone forever. They don't even want to get on no virtual shows. It's okay. You come out. I love Mexican people. I love Mexican people because they proud of their culture. If you notice, they got their own everything. Like they got their own candy, their own soda, their own beer. They got their own card game, Uno. Like, I ain't never be the Mexican in Uno, never, man. Then they got their own grocery stores. They grocery stores is so convenient, man. Like that's the only place where you can go get milk, eggs, bread, a live chicken, a dead chicken, rams, a used alternator, BC powder. Like this is all an aisle too. Like for real, they selling corn in the cup in the front and they financing cars in the back. Asked me, Dad, where you get your Impala? I'm like, man, the Fiesta Mart down there, man. Yeah, tell them Dad sent you because I get Fiesta points when you do that. 10 more points, I get a free Chihuahua. So make sure I want my like I said, man, I really do love doing comedy, man. And I will say like the hardest thing right now for me doing comedy is like having a day job. Cause I'll do a show and then I gotta go to work the next day, man. And I be trying to tell them at my job, like, y'all don't understand. I was somebody last night. They look right back at me like, well, you ain't nothing for 8 hours, okay? So get your funny self back to work. But hey, man, I'm Dez O'Neal. Thank y'all for having me, man. Follow me on Instagram, Dez O'Neal Comedy. Thank you.
Yeah. Show some love, Dez O'Neal. Hilarious. He is somebody. This is good, man. We're having a good time. Very funny. Let's get to it. Last comic of the night. Great friend of mine, crushing it. She has a half-hour special on Comedy Central. You're gonna love her. Please welcome to your screen the hilarious Mia Jackson. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up.
Hey, what's happening, everybody? How y'all doing? So I heard somebody say Prince George's County. I'm also that's where I am right now as well. But I'm over here dropping stuff. Hold on, I don't know if it's because I said Prince George's County, but that's what happened. No, I've actually appreciated being here during the pandemic because Maryland seems to take things serious. I'm from Georgia, and the last time I went home, it just felt like the wild, wild west. So it's nice to see some enforcement of rules. And let me just tell y'all this for one. I'm wearing these headphones because it's time for me to get my weave redone. And so you're really not gonna get a lot of movement out of me. You're gonna really just get this range of motion, what you see, because this hair is about to fall out. And I spent most of the pandemic last year wearing what I was calling my Zoom wigs because I just don't have the ability to do my hair unless some weave is in it. And I support it. And if you're against weave, you just need it. And so this is part of the problem. Like I got to the point, I was wearing a wig, and then one day I decided I was going to dye my own hair. And if you do not have the skill set to dye your hair with chemicals yourself, you should not do it. And I went to a hairstylist in Atlanta, and she was like, "Hey, were you aware that you had a mullet?" So I was apparently missing a whole entire, just a whole chunk, just gone. And I didn't, and I just kept going, "No, this is just my part to just break off all the time." And she was like, "You got alopecia. Like you need to get this straightened out." So that's why my head is looking like this. But I have been quarantining with my boo, and first of all, things are falling apart. Like I'm just gonna say it. I got the door soundproof, so he can't hear me talking trash about him. But these are the conversations we have. We don't have sexy conversations anymore. We never really had them in the first place, but we just don't have them at all now. And we don't give each other like the look. Like we're not doing that. But like these are the conversations we are having. One day we came up with names for dogs, and we don't have a dog. But we came up with names for dogs, and then we were like, why don't we try to come up with some names that honor people throughout Black history? And we were like, what about Frederick Douglass? Like, if we were to get a dog, that's an amazing name. You got to respect Frederick Douglass. We were like, Martin Wolfer King Jr. That was another one. So I was like, I'm with that. And then I said, let's go more contemporary. Let's go present day. Let's go into entertainment. And I was like, Angela Bassett Hound. Like I would love that name for my dog. And then my personal favorite is Canine Ivory Wayans. And I feel like that doesn't get the respect that it deserves, but that's been one of my favorite fake dog Black history names. So that's how my life, that's what it's turned into. Also, I am pro-mask, very pro-mask. A lot of people still trip about wearing the mask, but I have found a non-science reason for it. And I'm a person that likes to eat chips with hot sauce. And one day I ate a whole lot of chips with a whole lot of hot sauce, and I left and I put on my mask, and then we got done running our errands, and I took off the mask in the car, and my dude looked at me and he was like, "Hey, have you looked at your face by any chance?" And I had two gigantic hot sauce trails going up both sides of my face. I looked like the Joker had done his makeup with condiments. Like that's how I looked. But as an adult, I felt so confident, like I know how to eat without causing a scene on my face. And I just put it on. I felt confident. But then I was like, you know what? I could be disappointed in myself and go, oh my God, how did I have such a dirty face? But I took it as a positive to go, oh, I can do this all the time. So now I just leave grease all over my face and just leave. Like that's what I do. And then when I get in, if I got on my little paper mask, I just keep it on and then wipe my face with it when I take it off. So it is a mask napkin. So all I'm saying is you just gotta use what you got, you guys. That's all. Now I will say this. I just have to share this because this has been on my mind the past few days. And we've been through a lot as a country in the past few years. And I realized with this new administration that I felt a sense of just, just relief. Just relief. I don't know if things are gonna be better. I think they will be, but I felt relief. And then I realized that like the last administration had me so stressed out all the time. And I was constantly like, I'm Black, so I'm always thinking about race, but it's stressing me out to a level where I couldn't enjoy pet rescue and adoption videos anymore. Like I would watch the video and then the first thing on my mind, I would be like, man, this is great. But is that home he's going to, are the owners racist? Like, that's all I could think about. Like, I don't know if this dog, I don't know what he's going to be taught when he gets to the house. Is that dog going to be taught to bite Black people? I know poodles don't attack, I know that, but that's what's on my mind. And then I used to like to watch those videos, like compilation videos of babies doing new things, like those videos when babies eat lemons. That used to bring me so much joy. But now when I watch those videos, I'm like, I don't know what those parents are telling that baby. Like they tell that baby, oh, that face you made when you ate that lemon is the same face you should make when you see Black people. Like, I don't know if that's what they're doing, and I hate it. And I'm just glad that I'm getting to the point where I can enjoy that kind of stuff again. So I'm trying to find joy in my life. Now, I've also been inside of my head a whole lot, and it's making me think about every bad mistake I've ever made in my life. And several years ago, I was engaged to this man, and the video actually ended up on TV. And let me tell you something. At the time, I thought that I looked like a normal person that had been proposed to, but I actually saw that video a couple of months ago, and I realized that I was pushing the dude in the chest the whole time he asked. Like, he was just like, will you marry me? And I was just like, yes, yes, yes. And I'm just like pushing him, and my whole body was doing like this. Like my head was saying, my whole body language was just off. And I should have known then that I didn't need to do it, but no, I was gonna go forward anyway. And so we used to shack up. And then I remember this story during the pandemic. We used to shack up, and then I discovered one day that this dude had been wearing my shoes in my absence. Now, not like my heels, not anything like that, but athletic slides, just like the shoe with the, the strap, like that shoe. So I'm a tall woman. I wear a size 11, which is a 9 in men's. This dude wore a size 14. Okay. So he had been secretly jamming his foot into my shoes until one day I came in the house and I was like, hey, where my shoes at? And he was like, oh, I broke them. And I was like, what you mean you broke them? He was like, oh, they gone. And I'm like, you broke my shoes. So then I get a second pair because I'm like, surely he won't break my second pair of shoes. He won't sneak in my second pair of shoes. Wrong. He started wearing those, and not only did he break them, he broke them in half. Okay. So when I'm saying this, I'm not saying the strap is broken. I'm talking about the whole back half was missing. Like the shoes had no back, and he still had the nerve, the unmitigated gall to still walk around the house with these backless shoes on, just, washing dishes, living his life, scraping his foot across the floor. And I'm like, how's your foot too strong for shoes? Like, what are you doing when I'm not here during the day? Like, is this something where you, like, are you outside just are you playing like soccer with people, but the ball is made out of concrete? Like, I just need to know you break shoes, because those shoes are real strong. And then the other part of me was like, you know what? This dude is turning into the Hulk, but only in his feet. Like, that's it. Like, there's no other explanation for how a grown man can destroy a pair of shoes. And I don't like to be this kind of person, but my family would be like, if you date somebody, I always look at what kind of shoes that man is wearing, because you see how that man gonna take care of his shoes, you see how he gonna take care of you. Like, that's what they would say. And I didn't take that serious, because the first time I took him home, my little sister, who at the time was 12 years old, came to me with a very sincere look on her face and said, hey, let me ask you a question. Does he always wear his grass cutting shoes to formal events? And outside. And let me tell you something. I just went, you know what, that was something that's on me. This is on me. Those are grass cutting shoes, and that is why I did not marry this man, because who knows what he would have worn with a tuxedo. We don't know, and I'm just glad I never had the chance to find out. So I'm glad I made some better life decisions. I've also lately been thinking about my perception, and how I come across to people, and I have decided that nobody thinks I ever have more than $5 on me at any given time, and it does it hurts me a lot, because one day I went to Dunkin' Donuts and I got a coffee, and at the last minute I added a donut. And I don't know what I did to this man at the register, but he goes, a donut. A donut. That's gonna cost you an extra $1.10. And he almost said it like he said, do you have it? Like that was his whole like that was in parentheses. Like, do you have $1? Like that's how he said it. And I just went, ooh, okay, let me check with my broker real quick. Like let me see if I can short sell some stocks and move some money around to buy what you think is an unachievable donut. Because I have $1. I have $1 on me. And now I am forced to buy way more stuff than what I need to prove to him that I have $1. So now I'm up here I'm like, you know what? And I did it with an attitude and with an accent. I was like, give me croissants, and I'm like, give me crullers. And I'm like, I'm not rich, but I got bear claw money, like don't treat me like this. And another time I'm at the airport and I'm about to catch a flight. So I'm inside and I'm at the very last kiosk. I'm just and I'm like, I'm gonna get a Gatorade. And I don't know if they transported the same person from Dunkin' Donuts to the airport, but it felt the same. And he stared me down and he goes, did you know that the Gatorade was $5? Like, did you know that? And I was like, first of all, I've made it to this point in the airport. Tickets have been bought, things have been done. I got $5. And then I stared him down and I said, you know what? Give me 5 more. Yeah, that's right. So now, who has a 6-pack of Gatorade right before a flight? Nobody with out of $30 because they don't know how not to be petty. Me, okay? And I don't want to be a better person this year. I was gonna try to work on not being petty, but I might as well. I'm just gonna do it. This is who I am now. And my last thing, you guys, is I realized that with these glasses and my southern, I'm from Georgia energy, I give out a lot of like Mia knows things. Mia has the answer. So I was living in New York, and one day I was leaving this store. Okay, like I said, I'm a very tall woman. I'm leaving this store and I'm still in the doorway. And this woman just runs up to me off the street. And she was like, why is the train down? And I was like, are you talking to me? And she was like, yes, why is the train down? And then I just had this moment of self-awareness where I just went, oh no, I have a transit informational shaped body. Like, oh my God, I look like a person that knows train schedules. Like, that's who I am now. I'm a train lady. Like, that's why this lady is asking me, and I have to accept that my body is a transit authority body. Like, that's the kind of person I am at this point. And we kept looking at each other and she wouldn't move. And like, so we're still in the doorway. And I just go, okay. I said, are you going inside or not? And she was like, oh, I'm going in. And then I said, well, then you need to stand clear of the closing doors. And so that's what I do now. I'm giving train announcements in real life. I might as well lean into it. That's who I am. And my biggest fear now is if I go to a place that doesn't have mass transit, I'm gonna just have kids running up to me off the street talking about, when is my mama coming to pick me up? And I'm gonna have to be like, let me check, because I am a transit person. Like, I'm a transit lady. I'm a train lady. That's who I am now. So anyway, so thank you guys so much tall people don't always know the answer to things just so we can see a few blocks down. I just want y'all to know that. And thank you guys. Have a good night. Bye, everybody.
Mia Jackson. Very good, very good. Y'all, please show some love out loud or in the chat for Jasmine, Ellis, Des O'Neill, Mia Jackson. One more time. That's it. That's the show. Monique, I don't know if you want to close us out, but you guys have been great. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. Give a hand for everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please give it up, y'all. Show some love to all the